Hail, Nessie.
Who's there?
A petulant daughter's
What?
the naive Vestal sense of an orphaned existence. As playing as the trusty
Show your...
not but children, all of you.
What?
I am done here. I leave the rest to you, Alternus Dim.
Your cooperation is much appreciated.
Cooperation? No. It is simply a matter of friendly concern. My interest lies in the Templars. You may cast the remaining 3 into the dungeon.
Yes, my lord.
The 2 newest members of the Council of 6 have perished at the... 'Tis such a pity. I never had the chance.
So Victor and Victoria.
Yes, Lord Marshal.
A tragic end.
Indeed. But the Vestal and her fellow conspirators have been captured.
Though the toll was heavy. We have them at last.
No, this was...
I see.
There was one more matter, Lord Marshal. Your daughter, Idia, is in her room.
And?
I simply thought you'd wish to know.
Where is everybody?
No, leave us. I simply...
Father. You never learned to knock first, no matter how many times I asked.
It seems like ages.
What have you done with my friends? Where have you taken them?
Your fellow conspirators are held in the dungeon.
The dungeon? I'd feared that.
As for the Wind Vestal...
Yes.
You speak of ruin. Crystalism is a cult, a tool. The Wind Vestal shall never again.
Then it's as I feared.
Selfish.
Well, they are, aren't they? You wage war far and wide. Are those your ideals, Father? I don't understand!
I did not...
Father...
The Earth Crystal is now the last of the crystals here upon all who seek to awaken the crystal. You shall remain here whilst you regain your senses.
And just how long am I to be your prisoner?
Until you realize the error of your ways! Redouble the guard. My daughter poses a graver threat than you might think.
It's as I feared. Father does not...
Lord DeRosso, Your Grace, what brings you here?
15, you say? It brings me joy to see what a fine grand for an immortal such as... Do you recall that day? It was dreadfully cold by your... Upon ceding the head counselor's seat to you, I retired to my castle, and now 15 years have passed since you rid yourself of me by naming me Archduke. But I ask you, are you content? You seized the Earth Crystal and laid waste to the places sacred to the Orthodoxy. And you brought the crystals under the dominion of man, exploiting them to build your ideal society. All great deeds we failed to accomplish. You should be proud.
I did it not for
I would have you accept my words. Indeed. And yet, you have been too hasty, brave the Templar. I fear I do not share your urgency, but I understand the reasoning.
Though 15 years have passed, however, if I'm...
Father just doesn't... Right. Already.
Forgive me, Lord Marshal. Is Edea...
No, she is not.
Yes, Lord Marshal, she was. But she suddenly disappeared.
What's this? We're not the sentries vigilant?
They claim never to have stepped from their post. Her chamber door was never opened.
Then how could she have?
Ah, her father's she acts from the same.
How could you know that? Have you not?
Was it not you who drove me to exile? But to one such as I, you and your daughter are one and the same. Passionate, stubborn. So it is I can understand what both father and daughter are. You ought try crystalism. Open your heart before.
You truly have not changed.
Is that so? Well, you must forgive.
I know. Found it! Are you all right, Ringabel?
Why wouldn't I be? I mean, I knew you'd come. All I had to do is sit back and well, here you are. You're my savior, my goddess. Let me thank you with a big kiss.
Ringabel, are you coming or not? I can leave you here.
Of course. Let's go.
Thanks, Adia. You're a lifesaver.
You're quite welcome, but it was really nothing. After all, I was raised within Central Command's walls. I know every nook and
Were you able to speak with...
Huh? What does it matter to you?
You have family you can talk to. You ought...
You would forgive my father? Grand Marshal of Eternian, you've seen how much Agnes has suffered because of my father's orders.
True enough, but...
You need not worry about me.
All right.
Agnes! I am. Now that you're here, Adia, I'm glad to see you're safe and sound too. Me? Well, the Eternian forces do. I feared they'd have some unspeakable punishment awaiting you. You needn't worry about that. My father is not so draconian as that. And yet, at least no harm has come to you. I'd like to thank you too, Adia. You saved me from having to search this entire dungeon. Eri, do you think you could have carried... It does look really heavy. There's nothing to worry about now. Well, I better lead the way. No, hold on. Isn't that simply a matter of Well... if you say... Now, if we can get through here, then... Hold on while I try this. It won't open.
Are you sure? Do we need...
I don't understand. I'd thought...
Little Edea, in a bit of a bind?
Who's there? Sage? Is that you? What are you doing here?
What am I doing here? I could ask you the same. As for me...
Right where you...
Yes, indeed. You see, and that would make me your enemy.
I don't... understand.
I've been sequestered in Yuliana Woods but the fact remains, I still count among...
You were acquainted with my father? Then you must have known who I am. Why didn't you say so, you miserable... This cannot be. You were a trusted friend to us. A teacher-like figure. And to now hear you say you serve I don't understand.
Who indeed?
What do you want with us?
An old friend has written...
A warning?
Then you yet serve the Duchy's forces?
You are not entirely... This world is not so clean or pleasant as you may... I suspect your journey... Malice is not the only enemy. The road to... With action comes consequence. To decide one way, knowing this, will...
Nothing could stop me.
You mean...
Right.
Is that so? Have the courage...
Have the courage to disobey.
Well now, you do remember.
Sage.
Step back.
Sage?
Know that ever...
Eternian Central Command lies ahead, and the chamber of the Council of Six.
So that's where we'll find your father, Edea?
Yes. Along with the Dark Knight Alternus Dim. Well, we need the key Edea's father has. That's the only way we'll make it. If we can just get the key, maybe we can avoid fighting a lot of people. I'm afraid that is one big if.
Lord Marshal, the gate to the dungeon was utterly destroyed. But why would Yuliana assist in the wind?
The capricious old fool. I cannot fathom his thoughts. But that the two appear now after 15 years. It's as if they had come to gloat over my demise.
Lord Marshal, I'm afraid I don't...
Victor and Victoria are defeated. And we no longer receive word from our squads deployed abroad. Those two grandsires said their piece, ere going. All that remains now of the Council of Six are you and I, Alternus.
I shall not concede defeat. Were we but to slay the wind vestal.
And what of my daughter? Could you... Hear me, Dark Knight, Alternus Dim. I would have you...
Your Lordship, I must protest. Am I so...
It is my faith in you that makes me bid you leave. For I have a task I would entrust to no one else.
You need merely speak the word.
The time has come for me to share my true aim in restoring the Duchy of Eternia. Until now, only I and those two grandsires were privy to such knowledge.
This is the room where I grew up.
So this was your...
Hey, ring a bell. Let a girl keep some privacy.
Where's the fun in that? This place must be full. I don't have any memories, at least any. They say you can tell a person by their...
Thank you.
Hey, isn't that a picture of you, Adia?
Oh, how embarrassing. Here's one with your entire family. Oh, I'd forgotten about that. Seeing this picture leaves no... If by love you mean exasperation, you... Are you truly prepared to battle your own... That would seem to be my death. We are both of a mind to go against one will. That is why I...
It doesn't have to be.
How so?
It serves no purpose to abandon.
I will consider it.
That cannot be. How could...
It's not for us to question the truth. I will see that the Vestal and her followers are stopped here. And you, I would have you prepare for the Pillar of Light will appear somewhere in this world. You must find it.
Father.
How could I have not known about that secret passage to your room? What am I to do with you now, Adia?
Well, I've been using it almost as long as I could walk. It's come in handy more than once.
I see.
Listen, Father. The truth is, I wanted to help you fulfill your ideals. I truly did. No matter how I tried to get through to you, you never paid me any mind. It was as if you always had your back turned towards me, until—
It was not that I never accepted you. Rather, you were ever my pride and joy. My assigning you to the Sky Knights was an acknowledgement that you had become the woman I knew you could be. I had thought you might tame that band of ruffians, to bring them to order, and lead them. Alas.
Thank you, Father. I never knew you felt that way.
Do not thank me, for I too shall do whatever it takes. Mine is a cause that I shall not willingly abandon.
Yes. Mother told— It was when she first fell ill that you began to rush the pursuit of your ideal.
I will not stand by and watch you ruin all I've made. You and your band—
Why, Father? Why must you always refuse to listen to me?
My ideals are no longer my own. It is my calling. Nay.
Protect the world? Is this battle between us all but inevitable? I came here knowing that mere words could never bend your will.
You've come this far, only to spout such sickly sweet sentiments. You disappoint me. Blood and steel are the final resort between those unwilling to concede their beliefs. I am Brave Lee, Grand Marshal of Eternia. You shall not pass.
Full power!
You shall not pass! You have grown strong.
Brave! Mother!
You should not have come.
Forgive me, Brave. Forgive me, Adia. This is all my fault.
What is this foolishness you speak? You are ever the strength and I love you, and dearly.
Father? Father!
Do not fear. He is merely unconscious. His wounds, they will heal. And he may never wield his sword again.
Mother, I told myself I was ready to fight him, even if it meant shortening his years.
Then surely you will not stray from your path, so long as you hold that feeling near and dear. By your actions, you have finally granted your father a reprieve from his anguished struggle. It was for the best.
Mother, we now go to awaken the Earth Crystal.
I see.
Forgive me.
There is no need to ask my forgiveness.
Oh, but there is, Mother. For if we awaken the crystal, your treatments will no longer be possible. We will no longer be able to keep what ails you at bay. What sort of daughter does that to her mother?
Oh, Adia, you truly are your father's daughter.
Mother!
How very touching. I beg pardon for my interruption, but your fear is misplaced.
And you are.
Of course, you have yet to see me in this form. I am Lester de Rosso, but you may address me as Lord de Rosso.
What do you mean our
It appears you have underestimated the Templar's great deeds for which he risked life and limb. For he has advanced science and medicine in this land by 100 years. While complete cures may not yet be possible, sickness and disease can be prevented from further progression. Awakening the crystal shall not rob your mother of such mortal life as she has.
So then...
We're free to awake.
Dear.
Ironic, is it not? To think I would be the one to urge the wind vessel. I can see purpose on, and yet, I have seen years, the rise and fall of the orthodoxy. So much may happen in a life immortal.
The way to Everlast Tower is beyond this door.
Let's go!